Hey babes, good morning. Okay, so I want to go over a few things with you. I am working on a ITC. I'm almost finished, but I have to speak about this, and I've touched on it before, but I really want to touch on it again. So I want to go over three things. One, Tony Dodge admits to going to Truckee many times. And then number two is this is why I feel Sami knows or knew exactly where Kiely was and is and was. And that Kiely was not in that water for at least a week and a half before they found her. So I'm just going to play off of this. So just listen, okay?
Yeah, definitely. But no, I know where you're at. I've been there a bunch of times, and I know they get a ton of snow up there. It's just crazy. But no, that makes.
Tony Dodge has been to Truckee many times. Awkward. Okay, so keep going.
Makes perfect sense. But so they're flying around looking. So the car's still in the area. She's got to be out there somewhere. Can you share your honest thoughts or opinion as to what you think may have happened to her? Do you care to share that?
To be fully honest, my biggest concern is that
Second time of her saying, to be fully honest. Right.
somebody, and I've said this in other interviews, somebody knew she was drunk, offered to give her a ride home, and they didn't give her a ride home. And they could be across the world at this.
I wonder who knew she was drunk. I wonder who wanted to stay later, who would offer to give her a ride home. I wonder who didn't give her a ride home. Hello. Okay, so I'm just going to let this play and get to another part.
I'm worried that I have a feeling, and obviously, I don't know, I have a feeling that she is still alive and she's still out there and she's still fighting, but that.
That sounds familiar. Where did I hear that before? Oh, Jagger. Oh, and Chris Watts. Okay. Let's keep going.
There's somebody else involved, and that's not confirmed. That's just what I believe. I think
Oh, it's confirmed, honey. You confirmed it.
there has to be somebody else involved in this.
Oh, commercial. Paying Tony's bills.
Somebody else involved in this. But
It's just so sad. Rhonda's wanting to ask you, did she wear an Apple Watch? Do you know? Did she wear?
Just
Brown going into the campground is
center. It's hard to describe exactly where, but I think it's on.
She knows exactly where all the cameras are that lead to this place. Creepy.
Tricky way, but it's 89 is very covered in cameras. There's not a lot of cameras there.
It's covered.
Shady Jones wants to ask you, on your last call, did she let you know who the quote-unquote friend was that was driving her home?
Yeah, so this is a common misconception.
It's a common misconception, although she's only been missing a few days by this point. 3 days, I believe. But this is a common misconception. You know, this just brings me back to her and her parents and what her parents do for a living. But since she likes to use the terminology of her parents and, it rubs off on the kids, I'm sure. But the parents should have told her, as a client, the first thing you should know is to shut the fuck up. That's the first rule. You didn't do it. You dug a big hole. Watch.
She was not being driven home, and she was not driving. So, okay. At the end of the party when she...
Got her! Did you hear that? All right, so wait. 3300. So let's go back to 3110. Hold on. Dumb. Hold on. All right, here we go. Listen again. I don't know why this keeps getting darker. Do I gotta plug it up or something?
Thoughts or opinion as to what you think may have happened to her? Do you care to share that?
Sure.
To be fully honest, my biggest concern is that somebody, and I've said this in other interviews, somebody knew she was drunk, offered to give her a ride home, and they didn't give her a ride home. And they could be across the world at this point with how long she's been gone.
Across the world? No, across the freaking park. All right, now let's go to 3-3. So she says, to be fully honest, so we know you're not being honest. Somebody gave her a ride home, but never took her home. And then she contradicts herself because she didn't take her parents' first rule and shut the fuck up. Hold on.
Near the rec center, it's hard to describe exactly where, but I think it's on
3.
Truckee Way. But it's 89 is home, and she was not driving. So, okay. At the end of the party, when she...
And then she...
Yeah, so this is a common misconception. She was not being driven home, and she was not driving. So,
No.
okay. At the end of the
Oops,
party,
did I fuck up?
when I saw her...
So, Tony asked you, what do you think happened? And she says, to be fully honest, I think somebody knew she was drunk, you, and offered her a ride home, you, and didn't take her home, you. And then she says, yeah, this is a common misconception because she wasn't driving and she wasn't being driven. I mean, did I just fuck up? I get so confused. Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
She was supposed to give me a ride home because I had asked her to give me a ride home because I was going to stay later. I then realized
Bingo. Russian roulette. She just got shot.
later in the party that I believe she was drunk, or and I knew she was drunk, and
She knew she was drunk. I believe somebody knew she was drunk. I knew she was drunk. I wanted to stay later. Hello. And now I'm about to show you. There's so much more I could go over in this. And I touched on it briefly, but I can really deep dive into this. But now, also, with Jane Doe 2, the caller Jane Doe, she says she saw Kiely around 1. I don't believe that. I believe it was probably around 12, 12:30, 12:15. Remember, there's a mass exit at 12:30. So the party's over at 12:30, right? Sami says that when Kiely called her at 12:36, which we know is a lie because her phone was already off by 12:33, that she could hear the party and the music still going on. That's a lie. There's no music because everything was shut down already. Now back to Jane Doe 2. She says all the new people that aren't from Truckee, right, parked down where the water is, where they found Kiely later. How I know that Kiely was not there was, number one, because it was, according to Sami, thoroughly searched. And she smiles, and she also mentions Boca. Yeah, it was thoroughly searched. So I know the police searched it. I don't think they're not gonna search it, okay? I don't think they're gonna find it and say, we didn't see nothing. I don't believe that. I believe it was not there. They did not see it. But also, Jane Doe, caller 2, says all the kids that were not from Truckee parked down by that water. So if Kiely, okay, went in the water, there was plenty of people around to see it happen, okay? I do not believe she was in that water for a good week and a half, until a week and a half after the fact that she went missing. Everything aligns. It all aligns. Kiely was drunk and going over this rugged area where your car could flip over because there's so many dips and bumps in the road, right? And let's just say nobody saw, but we know there's a whole bunch of people down there with their cars, so everybody would have saw. Why does everybody feel Kiely would have stayed in the car? If I'm going over a terrain and I know I'm heading for water, I'm jumping out the car. I'm unbuckling, opening the door, and jumping and rolling out the car. I'm not going to wait till my car hits the water. That was a very long, bumpy path. Plenty of time to realize, hey, something's not right. Let me get the fuck out of here. Right? And then for it to go in the water and you go by 2 open windows to chase an air bubble, I don't buy it at all. Kiely was not in that water that first week and a half. I guarantee it. I love you, babes. I'm about to upload this. I got like maybe an hour left of reviewing for you. Yesterday, it took me about 10 hours. It took me 4 to 5 hours just to get the computer to work. It just keeps freezing up for some reason. I finally get it to work, and yeah, everything that could go wrong is going wrong. But this is one of the best ITCs I've ever done. Ever. And it's almost like, because when I do the ITCs, I can't hear everything in real time. So most of the time, I understand it once I put the headphones on. Got the good ones, okay? Once I put the headphones on and sit there for hours listening to what's being said. But in this video, it's almost like my soul knew what she was saying each time. If you watch my facial expressions and my feelings, like, you know, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so you could always see my feelings on my face and in my body. You can see it. And it all coincides with what she's saying. And she literally cursed all of them out and said they all can go to hell. I asked about the mother, and she said they all can go to hell. And I was like, what? What? This, I mean, guys, you got to watch this one when it comes out, okay? I love you, babes, and I hope I can get you this in a decent amount of time.